Yo, what's up, good people? It's your boy Gabe, Mr. Health Junkie, checking in. This blog is going to be for all my newly diagnosed people, okay? You're probably getting this devastating news, so you think it's not a death sentence like they make it seem. You're probably getting this information like, where the hell do I turn? And you're probably like me. That's why you're tuning in, because you're like, I don't want to go the traditional route. I'm not a fan of medicine. I've seen that all it does is patch shit up and it doesn't do anything. They treat symptoms. I want something different. Well, you come to the right page, my friend. You come to the right page. So this blog is going to be for you. I can't tell you what to do. I can only tell you what I'm doing, what works for me, and just give you some information. So number one, what you should do if you're, well, let me backtrack. Shout out to Ella. Shout out to Danny. They hit me up on IG. Ella is all the way from Slovenia, right? She was let me read what she says, because she says basically that she was diagnosed August of 2015, and they misdiagnosed her, so now she's kind of like, I don't know what the hell's going on with them, but they're trying to scare her, and they're saying, hey, if you don't get on some disease modifying therapy immediately, you're never going to get approved ever again. Find that, I don't know, but that's what they're telling her. So, I mean, that's BS. That's bullshit, okay? Or like my son's in the Scouts, that's Boy Scouts. And I'm like, hey, what are you talking about? Oh, we're talking about Boy Scouts. Anyway, I don't like that. I don't like how they try to scare you into stuff. They do the same thing with vaccines. They tried to scare me into injecting my daughter with all this poison. She's a baby. Her immune system isn't developed, so the vaccines aren't doing nothing. But anyway, that's a different topic for a different day. We're talking about what I'm doing to heal MS. Then we got Danny. She hit me up on IG, and basically she's doesn't know, but the doctors are 99% sure that she has multiple sclerosis. She's gonna go do a spinal tap, which I didn't even know they still did those. She's gonna do a spinal tap in June. So shout out to prayers and everything. Positive vibes go out to you. But if you do have it, just know that it's not a death sentence and we can get to work. So let me tell you what I did. Again, there's videos, you can go back and watch them, but I was diagnosed really quick, 2011. Went to the ER. They did an MRI. I had paralysis, so I could barely walk at the time. I had no feeling in my left hand, blurred vision in my left eye. And the doctors very bluntly was like, hey, the MRI came back. The paralysis you're experiencing on your right side is going to move to the left. You know why? Because you have tons of lesions all in your brain. The paralysis is going to move to the left, from the left to the right. The blurred vision, same thing. Your immune system will be so weak, eventually you'll catch pneumonia and die. Very blunt, no bedside etiquette. And I wanted to tell him in his face, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you going to tell me that? There's no hope and I was like, well, what is there? And he was like, well, we have these prednisone was what he was trying to put me on at the time. We have this prednisone. All it's going to do is delay the inevitable, but there's no cure for you, nothing. People are healing themselves, people. Dr. Terry Walls, I talk about her, research her. I'm going to restart her diet. So what I started doing and what you should do is go see a nutritionist if you can. I went to go see my chiropractor at the time. Getting adjusted is very important. If you're not already, get adjusted. It helps with the degeneration in our myelin sheath. Get adjusted if you can once or twice a week. Do that for the rest of your life. But I went to the chiropractor and I did 2 weeks of intense adjustments. It was an hour in the morning, an hour in the evening. And I did that. Then what he did at the time was he put me on a no grain, no sugar diet. At the time I was teetering between 230, 235. In 2 months, going on the no grain, no sugar diet. That shit is hard, by the way, but it's worth it. It got my body where it needed to be, and I'm where I'm at today, 185. So you need to lose the weight if you're a little overweight like I was. It's gonna help you. You feel better. Then what I started doing, and I still do it to this day, I take vitamins. So I take vitamin D3. Look into vitamin D3. There's supplements. Get the most organic, natural supplement you can find. But if you can't, like I was when I first started, just start taking it. Go to Vitamin Shop, GNC. There's tons of places, even Amazon, if you don't have any of those where you live. Amazon has it. So go start taking vitamin D3. I started taking MSM with glucosamine. I still take that. So take that. I take something for energy. So I take ginkgo. I take B12. And I take a B vitamin complex. So I take all 3 of those vitamins. So that's what I was doing back then. I'm still doing that. But you need to get on some sort of diet, okay? Most people, they call it a diet, but honestly, it's a lifestyle change. You're gonna have to change your lifestyle. If you're anything like me, I didn't know. You know, I was just newly diagnosed. My eyes started to open to the reality, and I was like, okay, but it was still like I still wasn't there. So it's a lifestyle change. There's tons of diets out there. Okay, there's the autoimmune protocol. There's the Wahl Protocol. Terry Wahls has a book, Dr. Terry Wahls. I talk about her, go back in previous videos, but she was a doctor. She is a doctor. She has multiple sclerosis, all the best medications. She started to self-treat herself, and through this diet, she healed herself. She was in a wheelchair, and now she walks. So that's huge. Wahl's Protocol, Terry Wahls. So that's another diet, the Wahl's Protocol. It's kind of like the paleo diet, but there's that. There's the GAPS diet. GAPS stands for gut and psychology syndrome. That's another diet. Look into that. There's the LowFodMap. It's LowFodMap. So look into that. There's also the raw food diet people are doing, and people are also going vegan. So whatever you're doing, pick one of those diets and stick to it. It's going to be hard because you're doing this drastic change, but stick to it. The reason I'm telling you is I did it. I wish I would have, but it's okay. I'm getting back on it. You're doing good, and then you have cheat meals because it's okay. We're human, you know. You need to live, man. So have a cheat meal now and then, but don't be like me and don't let cheat meals turn into a meal every week to every other day you're having a cheat meal. And it's easy to do because you start feeling better and you start getting your symptoms back and you're feeling better and you're feeling good. And then you start feeling yourself. That's what happens. And you're like, I can do this, whatever. I don't have any symptom. Bam, 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 bam. Give me that drink, whatever. And it's messing you up. So don't do that. Stick to it. All right. If you need to freaking call me or email me or hit me up on IG or whatever and say, hey, I need a shoulder to cry on. I need this. I need some motivation. We can do it together. All right. I'm serious. I'm accessible. Those of you who know, those of you who reach out to me, I respond to you. Okay. And side note, Ella, my bad, yo, like my bad. I gave her some bad information. I don't know what I was thinking. I was reading it wrong. She's against traditional medication. She doesn't want to go there. And you don't have to go there. Okay. You don't have to. But stick to what I'm telling you and do these changes, and you have to stick to it. Everything's going to be good. So stick to a diet. Then try to have the cleanest source of water you can. Nowadays, there's more chemicals in the water, and it's just like, it's treating you. It's not treating the water, because we do not need fluoride in the water to treat us. Like, we don't need it, but that's another video again. So get some sort of filter. I'm looking at there in the back right there, that right there, that's called the Berkey water filter. Okay, it sits on the countertop. That's why I got it, because there's some filters that you need to put up under the sink, and I have granite countertops and it just wouldn't work. So look at Berkey, Berkey. I'll talk about it in another video. That's it right there. okay? That removes fluoride from the water. That's gonna help you. I'm also want to get, there's a pH water, and it's a filtration system that gives you more, balances the pH in the water. So look at both of those too. Then what you need to do is you need to start juicing. I juice. I have an omega juicer. It's a masticating juicer, so it doesn't just, it squeezes the juice out. There's certain juicers that, like the Jack LaLanne, that's the one I started on. It's a good juicer, but a lot of times those juicers, it has like a blade, so it's just, and it tears all the shit up. So if you can, just whatever you can, just start juicing. Then you can bump your way up, because some of those other juicers, they are expensive, and you'll see. So anyway, start where you can. Wherever you can, just start juicing, okay? I have smoothies in the morning. So I'll make smoothies. I just found this. So I put other stuff in the smoothies, but typically I make my smoothies out of almond milk or either coconut milk. I'll use bananas, I'll use almond butter, I'll use spinach, I'll use blueberries, whatever you can, but make sure you're putting greens in it. Spinach is good because, or kale, because you can't really taste it, and it's good. There's good nutritional value in both of them. Then what I found, I just found it the other day, it's called NutriKey. They're on Instagram at NutraKey, but it's a plant-based, I can't even, plant-based protein, okay? And it's awesome because it's gluten-free. There's no gluten, there's no dairy, there's no soy, there's no aminos, and there's no GMO. Say no to GMO. It's awesome. It's a protein blend. It's from peas, brown rice, quinoa, spirulina, artichoke. It's really good. So this is what I found. This is what I put in smoothies to give me that extra boost. I don't know how well you can see it. Bam. There's that. So that's what I do. Then whatever diet you're on, I recommended this in a previous video. Go get your blood work done. It's a test called the ALLCAT test. And what it does is it tests for food sensitivities. It tests 200 foods, okay? This isn't covered by your insurance. Anything that works, your insurance isn't gonna cover that shit, so just get used to it, okay? It sucks, but there's no money in the cure. The money's in the medicine. The sooner you realize that, the sooner you will understand the method to their madness. They don't want you completely healed because they're not gonna make any money. Okay, so there's this ALLCAT test, ALCAT, okay? There's a website where I got it done because there's only certain blood centers that do this test. The place I went, I don't remember the name, but on the bottom of this, it says cellscience.com, cellscience.com. So remember that, their telephone number is 800-872-5228, okay? Put this on a credit card or whatever, raise some money. It's 500 beans, 500 bucks, but it's worth it because I'll tell you why. It tells you what your severe intolerance, severe, moderate, and mild intolerance are. So it tells you the foods that you can have, okay? Why this is important? Number one of these foods can be damaging, but then combine one or two or even three, it's very damaging. We're trying to heal. Then, whatever diet you put yourself on, it's important because I'm going back to the Terry Wahls diet. This is the diet that I'm just choosing. Not, I'm just trying it, Here's why it's important. Terry Wahls says that this diet, on her diet, you can have broccoli, okay? I did the food sensitivity test. One of my mild intolerances is broccoli. So although this diet says I can have it, my blood work says I can't. So you can always modify your diet based on what you can and can't eat. So that's very important to know, okay? ALLCAT, ALCAT. Then they also give you something too. So that's all the food, the diet. Make sure you're working out. Go to the gym, okay? I try to go to the gym at least once. Well, lately I've just been busy. I've been crazy busy. I mean, you guys can probably relate there. You've had those times. But I try to go at least 3 times a week. Try to. Maybe even 4. I'm gonna bump it up because I'm trying to heal. But make sure when you go to the gym, upper body's cool, we all want that. But we also want to get the legs. Because as you know, sometimes us with walking difficulties, it helps. You're gonna be sore, but it's gonna help you. So do the legs, go to the gym, do some stretching also while you're at the gym. My gym, I go to the YMCA, so they have certain classes. If you go to 24-hour fitness, LA Fitness, whatever, Planet Fitness, make sure you're going to some classes where you can help stretch. Go to yoga. I thought I was gonna go in there and I'm gonna show these ladies what's up. Shit, okay? They were showing me what time it is. I was like, they're bent up like a pretzel and I can't even do half the stuff they were doing, and it's exhausting, but it's good because we need to stretch, okay? What are you doing? Did I tell you about that? My daughter's crazy. I told her no popsicle and she's behind me chewing on popsicle. Anyway, so go to the gym, okay? So stretching is very important, so make sure you're doing that. Okay, I don't stretch enough and I'm gonna start stretching more and more. So diet, nutrition, take your vitamins, go work out. Also look into, and I talk about this in a previous blog, LDN, Larry David Nancy, low dose naltrexone, okay? If you Google LDN, it'll come up and you'll see that it's helping people, okay? Start taking that. Only certain pharmacies have them. I recommend, where am I getting it at? It's a pharmacy in Colorado. It's on the site. But the Belmar Pharmacy. So I recommend them. I like them. I've went to other pharmacies here in Florida and it's just like, nah. But they're punctual. You order it, they send it within 3 days, seriously. So, and they'll tell you how many do you have left? I only have 1 left. And I mean, it's like they get it there the next day, and I mean, it's just regular mail. I don't know how they do it, but look into LDN, low dose naltrexone. So there's those 3 things, and then 4: diet, nutrition, exercise, LDN, supplements, vitamins. Then what you want to do, lastly, is the spiritual aspect, the mind aspect. You have to know and have to understand that we are healing. We're gonna heal. You have to tell yourself that. You have to change your mindset, okay? Because if you walk around in a defeated mindset, you're gonna be defeated, okay? Prime example, I go to my neurologist because I've been off the diet, I've been BSing or whatever, right? And that's why I'm telling you, it's important to stay on it, because I'm speaking from experience. I'm not just pulling the shit out of my ass. I'm telling you why, okay? So went to the neurologist. He was like, hey, we did the MRI. You have a couple new lesions. And he was like, based on your MRI, I'm looking at you like, and you're walking. He was like, what's going on, man? I said, doctor, I'm a beast, son. I'm a beast. That's why, because it's the spiritual aspect too. Aside from the diet, which most doctors don't understand, but Western is starting to catch up to the Eastern medicine, and they're starting to see that, hey, this shit, they know what they're talking about here, so they're not crazy. We're the ones living in a freaking mental asylum here in the States because, but anyway, so the mental aspect you have to know. So what I do is I read a lot of books. I read books about spirituality. I'm not really religious. If you guys are, that's great. I'm very spiritual. Religion divides us. And if God made everybody equal, he made Christians, he made Jews, he made Hindus, he made gays, he made, So why does one group feel that they're superior to the next? Anyway, that's my stance. I'm off that. But get into spirituality. Know that you are healed. Start meditating. That's what I do. I find there's meditations. I listen to them as I go to sleep, reinforcing the positive. I am healed. Louise Hay has tons of positive affirmations that you can look into. Look into that. So get into the spiritual aspect, really, and start being positive. When negative thoughts come into your mind, it's okay. I mean, it happens, but try to get them out as quick as you can and think about the positive. The cup is always half full. It's never half empty. Okay? And you must know that, and you must start practicing that every day. Stay positive. The more positive stuff you can surround yourself with and raise your vibrational plane, the better. Okay? So I know this was a little long-winded, but that's kind of what I wanted to say. Shout out to Ella. Shout out to Danny. Appreciate you guys reaching out to me. It means a lot because, you know, I do this for us. You know, I want to see everybody healed, and that's the goal. That's the goal, is to see everybody healed and everybody know that you are healing and you already healed. Our thoughts become our reality. What you think, you become. So if you think you're defeated, you're gonna be defeated. If you think you're healed and you're walking in it and you're doing everything to heal, guess what? You're gonna heal. It's as simple as that. It's an old movie, but it gets deeper. But watch The Secret. If you haven't seen it, it's a good starter. It's a good place to start, The Secret. Okay? It's on Netflix. You can watch it. The Secret, they talk about the law of attraction. And so it's a good first step, and then you can just start going deeper and deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole. And then, you know, one day you can say, hey, Gabe, I know this, and we can have a deep, dope conversation. But anyway, that's what I'm doing. Love, guys. I appreciate you guys. Hey, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Follow me on Instagram at Mr. Health Junkie. Like the video, subscribe, tell your friends about it, and I got something for you. Hold on. That BASS